Hello everyone, it's Robin here, and are you ready to talk books? Because I certainly am. I have a book haul here, and I'm pretty excited about it. It includes my Book of the Month box. Look at the size of that box, as well as a few other little fun treasures at the top. I'm also going to be talking about the books that I'm reading right now, and I just can't wait to get started, so let's get into it. But before we get into this Book of the Month box, I want to share a little bit about these cuties. Look at these mass market paperbacks. Yes, talk about old school. I'm pretty excited about these. Now, recently I just participated in the Murder, She Read a readathon. It was super fun. It was loosely based on the Murder, She Wrote series, and we created our own series with the books we read. Fun, fabulous idea put on by Abby from the Disney Sisters, Nina from Wrestling with Books, and Heather from the Disney Housewife. Well, I joined in and had a great time. So of course I kind of got involved, and when I saw Heather from the Disney Housewife share that she purchased a book bundle from eBay, well, I had to jump on eBay too, and I found a seller that had a buy three get one free, and I purchased some Murder, She Wrote books. I'm pretty excited because these are the ones that actually I really wanted to read too. So I have 4 of them here, and I'm going to just quickly share these with you. Let me grab my glasses here so I can see what I'm looking at. The first one, and these are all going to be very themed, is The Murder, She Wrote, Aloha Betrayed. Yes, look at that. So it's written by Jessica Fletcher and Donald Bain, and you'll see that in all 4 of these, that Jessica Fletcher, who is Murder, She Wrote, right? She wrote this with Donald Bain, so I love that. So, looks like a fairly quick read, right? I just love these. It just reminds me of, back in the day, hanging out at the beach, just vacation, all the things. So this one is briefly Violence Erupts. So, Aloha takes place in Hawaii. I am all about Hawaii, so this is fun. Jessica is on the Hawaiian island of Maui, which is my favorite place to be, and I've had Maui on my mind for quite some time. She's giving a lecture on a community involvement and police investigations, and her co-lecturer is a legendary retired detective, Mike Kane, who shares his love of Hawaiian lore, legends, and culture with Jessica. So I think that'll be interesting if I get to read about some of that. But the talking stops when the body of a colleague is found at the rocky foot of a cliff. Bum, bum, bum. So of course, wherever Jessica Fletcher goes, there's murder. So this should be a fun read. But I have 3 more, and I'm really excited about this because they are all seasonal. And the first one is Murder, She Wrote, Trick or Treachery. Yes, this one takes place at Halloween, right? Super fun, super fun. Look at that cemetery going on in the background. This one is Scared to Death. So it's late October in Cabot Cove, so this takes place back in the town. So that's cool. It's Halloween is approaching, and something strange is in the air. Of course there is. And there's an arrival of a self-righteous fire and brimstone spiritual medium, and some of the townspeople are on the lookout for curses and evil omens. Oh, so much fun. So a reclusive, eccentric woman has the others whispering that she's a real-life witch. Wow. And so there's an upcoming annual Halloween party, and everyone's trying to search for their perfect costumes. Then the whole town ends up spooked when this alleged witch ends up dead in the graveyard, and everyone at the party is a suspect. Yes! Okay. Completely Murder, She Wrote material, right? So this one sounds fun for Halloween. Oh my gosh, these will be such fun reads. And you know what? The fun doesn't stop there, because we jump right into what's after Halloween. Well, we have Thanksgiving, and this is A Fatal Feast. So look at the town. Oh my gosh, our leaves get like that here in the Midwest. I love this. So this one is The Bird is the Word, which might make Rod laugh. The bird, oh my gosh, the song, the song? Hey, look it up, you'll see. Jessica Fletcher would be relaxed. She would like to relax as Thanksgiving comes at Cabot Cove, so this takes place in the town again, but she's suffering from a rare case of writer's block while helping the town's Thanksgiving pageant. So, and she's also helping trying to find room for her dear friend, the Scotland Yard Inspector, George Sutherland. He's coming in from London, you see, of course. But most distressing of all for Jessica is she's hosting a bountiful Thanksgiving dinner, and her guest list is ever growing. Sounds like fun. I love Thanksgiving stories. I love all the shows on TV about Thanksgiving. It's just mayhem always. So of course, let's see, we'll get to it. She and George, you know, the Scotland Yard inspector, take a walk. It's a post-turkey stroll, so at least they've had their meal, right? And they stumble upon the body of a man with an ornate carving knife stuck in his chest. Of course, right? Only Jessica Fletcher. Okay, I have one more. So what's after Thanksgiving? Oh, we have a little cozy mystery for the Yuletide. And this one is a little Yuletide murder. Yes, look at that. So we have one for Christmas. So 3 months in a row right there with these seasonal ones, right? This is a sleigh ride for Santa. And this finds Jessica Fletcher unwraps a deadly puzzle when she sets out to discover who killed Santa Claus. What? Also known as her neighbor, Rory Brent, who plays Saint Nick at the town's yearly Christmas Eve celebration. So Cabot Cove, Maine's most famous mystery writer, has been planning on spending a cozy Christmas at home, but murder never takes a holiday. So yeah, she has to figure that out. So I think these are just fun. They look like very quick reads, of course, because they're just fun little mass market paper books, which I kind of love. I kind of love this, and this will be a lot of fun, and it'll definitely get that Murder, She Wrote thing going on within me. So I know I've had these for a little bit of time before I could do my video, and Heather's been saying, which books did you get? So Heather, these are the books I got. I think we got some of the ones in the same. I'll link Heather's video down below so you can see that fun bundle that she picked up. Oh, so much fun. Okay, are you ready to get into Book of the Month? I am really enjoying my Book of the Month subscription. Now, I did skip last month because I'm just getting a little behind on my books. So I thought, let's just stall 1 month out and then resume. So yeah, I have quite a few in here too, because look at the size of this box. It's very easy to skip a month with Book of the Month. In fact, I'll put a link down below if you're interested in checking Book of the Month out. I think with the link, you might get your first book at a discount rate, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So normally they are $14.99 a month. You get to choose from between 5 and 7. They just added a few every now and then. They're generally new releases, so it's fun that way. You can see some sometimes old favorite authors, but sometimes some new authors, so you get some new releases of authors you might not have read. And if you do that, you can also do some add-ons from their entire catalog of books they have available, and they're all hardbound, and the add-ons are only $9.99. So it's a great deal to get some hardbound books, which I took advantage of this month. You've got great taste. So here are my books, and there is my Book of the Month pick. Yes, super fun. So I have 3 books here. I did pick 2 add-ons, which I'm really excited about, but I'm also pretty excited about this book here, and it's Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. I've never read this. I don't even know, is this a new author? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I should probably know that, but I don't. But of the selections, this one sang out to me. These books are, oh my gosh, they smell so good. They smell so good. Now these Murder, She Wrote, they smell good too, but they're on the old side. So they have that old kind of smell, like they've been, you know, hanging out someplace for a while. This has that fresh, new printing smell, which is delicious. Smells like a bookstore, yeah. So let's see, this one is from the best-selling author, see, that answered my question, of Life's Too Short. So if I like this book, I mean, have to look into Life's Too Short, right? Comes a funny, powerful novel about trading in the life you have for the life you want. And this gets into why this one I was attracted to. We just moved to a village in the Midwest, and not something I thought I would ever do. So we have this house, it's really cute, and it's just very quiet here. All I hear all day long are birds, which is amazing. We also have an owl that I hear. We heard the owl this morning when we went on our walk. But yeah, that's what this reminded me of, because there's a city scene here and a country scene here. So I thought this could be a fun read. So after a wild bet, gourmet grilled cheese sandwich and cuddle with a baby goat. Alexis Montgomery has had her world turned upside down because Daniel Grant, a ridiculously hot carpenter who's 10 years younger than her and as casual as they come, the complete opposite of sophisticated city girl Alexis, and yet their chemistry is undeniable. So I think it's a fish out of a water situation, colliding of two worlds, and I don't know, I just thought that sounded like fun. So so Book of the Month is interesting because they have the Book of the Month logo here. They have their own special covers that these books put on, and they also have this band up here at the top. And the back of this one says it's the May 2022 choice right there. So this book looks good. So I'll show you what the book looks. They are decent looking hardcovers. Look at that. Look at the color palette on that. That's really pretty, right? So yeah, I'm pretty excited about this book, and need to get to it quickly, but I'm a little behind. But can't wait to read it. Okay, I have 2 more books in here. I'm really excited because I've had my eye on these since I started Book of the Month, and I'm just gonna start collecting them because I want this series. And it's a series of 4 books by Alice Hoffman. And do you know what I'm talking about? Well, it is the Practical Magic series. Oh, look at the cover of this. So I really love Practical Magic, the movie, and it's about, you know, Salem and the witches and a curse, and it's just modern day witch, right? And I just love that movie. So I actually read Practical Magic, I want to say it was late last year, but I did it in the form of an audiobook, and I'm a very visual person. So I was struggling a bit with the audiobook. I get very distracted. I get very easily distracted. So I want to read the book again and see if I get a better mix out of it. Now it's a little bit different than the movie, and I think that was throwing me too because I kept thinking of the movie. But I just want this entire series because with the series, so Alice Hoffman wrote Practical Magic first, and well, let's get with the story and then I'll explain the series. But oh, look at the cover. Let me show you. Isn't that just gorgeous? Look at that. Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. So beautiful. And I'm so excited about this book. And of course, it is about the Owen sisters, Jillian and Sally, as they confront the challenges of life and love in this bewitching novel by best-selling author Alice Hoffman. Yes, so for more than 200 years, the Owens women have been blamed for everything that has gone wrong in their Massachusetts town. Jillian and Sally have endured that fate as well. As children, the sisters were forever outsiders. They were taunted, talked about, pointed out, and their elderly aunts, who we all love, Aunt Jet and Aunt Franny, right? Seemed to encourage the whispers of witchery in their exotic house. Oh, the old house, that house is amazing. Anyway, Jillian and Sally just wanted to escape. One did by marrying, one did by running away, but they all ended up back at the house and facing the curse of the Owen sisters. And I'm excited to read this. I think this cover is just gorgeous. I just love this deep blue with this gold. Let's look at the book itself. Oh, isn't that pretty? Oh yeah, that's super pretty. And this one says from Book of the Month, and it is a fantasy read. So this one says the type of read it is on the back. So let's fix this. So this book is really popular and made into a movie, right? And you know, I think this came like out in the early 2000s, like 2003. Absolutely loved it. So we fell in love with all these characters. Alice Hoffman went on to write more. So we love the aunts, right? So she wrote the next book, which would be Rules of Magic, which is a bit of a prequel to this. And this is about the aunts, Franny and Aunt Jet growing up. And I have that book. I have that book. There's 4 books total. But the prequel, the start of it all, and how the curse happened comes in this book here, Magic Lessons. And that's this next book that I picked up. So this is the prequel to Practical Magic is what it says. Look at that cover, isn't it gorgeous? And this follows back into the 1600s when this curse actually started with Maria Owens, and she was blamed for being a witch in Salem at the Salem witch trials. Very, very interesting, and all about that. I'm really excited. So I think she was born in England. She was taught some magic by her, who I don't know if it was her mother or if it's somebody who raised her, but then she followed a man to Salem, and she's the one that started this curse, this love curse that the Owens sisters has. So I'm really, really excited about this. So now I have 3. I just have one more, and it's the most recent one, and it is the Book of Magic. And that one will be about Sally's children and Kylie Owens, who discovers who she is and her history, and it brings it right back to the beginning with Maria Owens, and maybe they break the curse because it's a 4-book series, and I'm just excited to have these books to go with it. Oh, so pretty, so pretty. And I'm also excited to read this one too. Super fun, super fun. So here is my bookmark. Please don't stop. So you always get a bookmark in Book of the Month too. I've been really enjoying Book of the Month as my friends are reading books and I'm seeing what they like. I have similar reading interests as a lot of my friends, Rochelle and Donna of the Dantes. We tend to read a lot of the same books. So they're reading way faster. Rochelle's reading faster than I am. So she comes up with all these books and I'm like, I'm putting that on my to be read list, and a lot of them are in Book of the Month. So I have this whole stack of books in my wish list that I can keep adding on as my add-on. So I'm pretty excited about that. And I have some coming up that she's just read that I'm looking forward to. Very similar style reading with Lindsay from Lindsay B. We read a lot of the same and enjoy a lot of the same books, as well as Heather from the Disney Housewife. We have similar styles, or we at least connect in certain areas, which leads me to the books I'm reading right now. Oh my gosh, I have 2 books I'm reading right now. And one you just saw me talk about, and it is the Book of Cold Cases. I've been talking about this by Simone St. James. I've been talking about this in the past couple of videos. Buddy reading this with Lindsay from Lindsay B and Heather from the Disney Housewife. Now, I know Lindsay just finished it. She had her video. I watched it today, and she talks about it. It's a no spoiler video. I'll link it down below for you. I am only about halfway through. I slowed down. Rod and I went away this weekend, and I brought the book with me. But we were in Branson, Missouri. We went to Silver Dollar City, which is like an amusement park, kind of Knott's Berry Farmish, if you're familiar with that type of amusement park. Really fun. We just running the entire weekend. I didn't read one word of anything. So I'm a little behind on my buddy read. I'm pretty sure Heather's done with this book too. I'm probably the last one to finish, but I'm enjoying it so far. And this book is about 2 women, Shay Collins, who she works by day in a doctor's office, and by night she runs a blog, the Book of Cold Cases, and she runs across Beth Greer, who she thought was familiar, and she's this notorious figure. So this book takes place in 2 timelines, 1977, 40 years later, 2017 in Oregon. And back in the 1977 time period, Beth Greer was involved in, well, there were some murders, let's just say that, and she was blamed for them. So it is all about how that went down and what's going on with this big house, that Greer mansion that Beth lives in, and there's a little paranormal thing, and just really fun, really fun. I'm enjoying the book so far, and after I'm done here today, I will probably sit down and get some more headway on that. I am reading another book though, but I was actually reading this before I started my buddy read, because we started doing that, and I had a book on my Kindle that I was reading. Really enjoying my Kindle Paperwhite that I picked up. See, there's my ad. I have the ad version. But I'm reading a Colleen Hoover book. I am becoming a huge, huge Colleen Hoover fan. I am loving all her books, and what's nice is that Kindle has Kindle Unlimited, and a few of her older books are on Kindle Unlimited, and I'm reading one right now, Reminders of Him, and it's a great book, and it is told from 2 points of view, which right now each chapter is going back and forth. I'm about halfway through with this one too. And the first one is Kenna, who just was released from prison after spending 5 years for the murder of her fiance, Scotty. Did she really murder him? Was she really involved? We don't know yet. I don't know yet. All I know is that there's things happening. But while she was in prison, she had his baby, and she had a little girl that she named Diem, and this child is being raised by Scotty's parents, and his best friend Ledger. So she gets out of prison. She really wants to see her daughter and meet her daughter, and they want nothing but to keep her away from them. So it's written in Kenna and then Ledger, the best friend, because they have an attraction, and it's just interesting. So back and forth, and I'm really enjoying that story. Huge Colleen Hoover fan. So I would love to hear from you. Who are you a fan of right now? What author? Do you have an author that you're just like, I'm really wanting to read everything this author wrote? Because right now for me, it is Colleen Hoover. Oh, so much fun. I have so many books. Look, I'm gonna pick them all up, including my Kindle Paperwhite, which, by the way, did I say how much I love it? Look at all these books. I'm enjoying myself. So, oh my gosh, I'm having so much fun with reading and you know, reaching out and chatting with my friends about it. So I love that, and I would love to chat with you too. Let me know what you're reading right now. I would love to hear from you. And also, is there an author you are really into right now? I would love to hear that. Oh my gosh, thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you have a magical day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.